been a long time. It's been a long time since I did this, and now I feel very strange because I'm just sitting here talking to myself. Okay, so I'm just gonna do my face. And we're gonna talk about life. Deep. We might not talk about life. I might just ramble. I'm gonna do a dramatic eye, but I'm also gonna do like barely there skin because it's so freaking hot that you just sweat. Like I'm sitting here in front of the fan. I'm sure you can hear the fan. I apologize, but if I didn't have that, I would not be able to do my makeup. And I'm still sweating. It's a nightmare. Hi, Luna. Hi. Luna's looking at me. Eye primer. I'll list everything I use down below just because it's a lot to go over with right now. I don't want to like take time talking about products, although I say that and I'll start talking about products anyway. That was a lot of primer. Oops. So what's been going on? 2020 has been a year and it is only halfway over and I don't even know what to say. I mean, if you're friends with me or if you follow me on Instagram, then you know that my dad died and that was pretty rough. He had pancreatic cancer. So, fuck cancer. He died at the beginning of July, which is a month ago now. I can't even fathom how that was a month ago. Because it feels like it was yesterday. And at the same time, it feels like it was 6 years ago. You know what I mean? I don't know. So I've been thinking about what to do with my channel. Tutorials, yes, but I find that tutorials are a little bit, I want to say overdone. Everyone does tutorials, and I think people are tired of tutorials a little bit. I've been watching Bailey Sarian on YouTube and Robert Welch, and I love them. I'm into react videos. That seems to be the new thing for this decade. That's a scary looking, okay, it looks like a mess until it stops looking like a mess, okay? Just bear with me, trust the process. I need coffee. Bailey especially, she doesn't really do tutorials. I mean, she does. She gives tips as she goes, but she just kind of talks. And I actually really enjoy it. Of course, she does makeup, murder and mystery makeup Mondays, that thing. Murder, mystery, and makeup Monday. Yeah, there we go. I had to see her saying it in my head. So I like that. And then Robert Welch does react videos, which I love. And he also does ghost stories. So people will send him ghost stories and he does his makeup and talks about the ghost stories. And I think that's really interesting. It's because, let's face it, we've had 10 years, 12 years, 15 years almost. What, 2006 or 7 was when makeup videos started getting uploaded to YouTube. Maybe a little bit earlier than that. And it's like, okay, but we've seen them all. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking. My mirror's behind here. If you see me looking just past the camera, my mirror's over there. We're in my bedroom, my somewhat messy bedroom. I guess I could have made the bed, but I'm actually getting ready to go out to a job. So this pencil used to be one of my absolute favorite things in the world. It's by Avon, which will tell you how old this thing is. But it's just a creamy black pencil, which you can sort of find a version of almost anywhere. So I love a dark eye. I mean, I think we all know that. I love a dramatic eyeshadow. Throw on all the makeup on your eyes, and I'm happy. But I really do enjoy a more natural skin. I don't want to say natural skin because that sounds like that's kind of overdone and cliche. I like skin texture, and I do like a softer application of makeup on the face, and that's not to say that it can't be full coverage, because it certainly can. I just like it to not look and feel heavy, Instagram artists teach us lots of things, and we end up developing some really bad habits. And then when you try to translate those over to clients or even to yourself, it ends up looking clownish, you know. So yeah, this is looking crazy. So as you can see, I have two different shaped eyes. This eye is smaller, but this eye is also so more hooded, and it's actually really annoying because as I've aged, my eyebrows have kind of fallen. Like, can I get a single brow lift? Like, you know, just the one, make it match, make it, no. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm like, okay. So this is an eczema scar, in case anybody wants to know, that thing right there. And sometimes I conceal it, and most of the time I go, fuck it, I don't care. But you're not supposed to use shimmer in the crease. You can do whatever you want to do. Just saying. This palette, honest to God, it's the LA Girl Pro Artistry eyeshadow palette. These two. So this is the warmer one, and this is the fun sort of party colors one, and they are worth it. Like, there's maybe one or two shadows in here that are a little bit patchy, and the rest are beautiful. The shimmers are beautiful, and even some of the mattes are really, really beautiful. And it's definitely worth it. It's worth the money. I am not a snob when it comes to eyeshadows. I will put anything in my kit and use it. And it actually bugs me. I get people asking, so what products are you using in your kit? You know, as if they expect me to only use MAC or only use high-end products. Now, there's nothing wrong with luxury products. I love luxury makeup, but it's hard to get here. It's very hard to get in Barbados. And a good makeup artist, which I like to think of myself as being, can do anything with, you know, eyeshadows. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to use shitty eyeshadows, not necessarily, but I am saying that I can make eyeshadows work. And when they're like, these are nice eyeshadows, but they are affordable eyeshadows, and you know, with a good base. Look at that. I mean, they're beautiful. I would happily put this in my kit and not be ashamed to use it. So just a word to the wise, when you're hiring a makeup artist, please stop asking them what they're using. Like, do you like their work? Do you like their reviews? Do they have good reviews? Have you spoken to your friends who hire makeup artists? Do they like the makeup artists that they hired? Do they like, did the makeup last? Did they get what they want? Those are the questions you ask. Don't ask what they use, unless it's a case where you have an allergy, and in which case say, hey, I have an allergy to MAC makeup, so please, you know, don't use it. I'm building this up super slowly, and the reason it's taking a little while is because I'm holding my brush farther down. So you put lots of pressure when you hold it high up, but then you can't, then you get sharp lines. I want light pressure, and I want to continually just sort of scuff over these edges in little circle motions, and then back and forth and circle again, and that's what gives us that really sexy blend. Look at that. This is like, this green is like Yennefer's green. Have you watched The Witcher? Oh, I love it so much. It's just as good as the book. I have started playing the game, but I need to get a controller because I have a laptop, and I hate playing it with the keys and the mouse. I need an actual game controller to play that game on my laptop. So Yennefer, a character in The Witcher, has this incredible green eyeshadow that she wears, and this is it. This is that color, especially if it's put over a black base. It looks exactly like this. I have to walk around with my eyebrow constantly raised, and then I'll just look sarcastic all the time. So this black is not the best black. It comes out more gray. It comes out a little bit more translucent, but that's okay. I'm putting it over a black pencil and just in the corners to deepen right here. So it works fine for that purpose. But it is not the darkest black. If you want a really dark black, you gotta go for Makeup Geek Corrupt or the black in the Melt Cosmetics stack, which I've completely forgotten the name of. Or Sauce, is it Sauce Box? Black Widow, I think it's called. Those are really, really black eyeshadows. So my dad passed away a month ago. We got through the funeral, which was, I think, just one of the hardest things. And I'm not the kind of person to grieve by being in floods of tears. It's just never me. And that's okay. Everyone's different. Everyone grieves differently. I had this really weird sensation that I was sort of floating. It was unpleasant. I felt very disoriented. So yeah, I don't know if you've ever lost a parent, but it's funny because it's one of those things where you can say, yeah, I've been there, but I actually haven't, because everything is everybody's different, and everybody's, at the end of the day, grief is a pretty lonely thing that you can commiserate, but you can't really share exactly that with somebody, because, you know, I mean, I guess you could say that for any emotion, but grief especially, it feels very lonely because no one can really understand what it feels like for you. I mean, I can't even tell you that I understand or know exactly what my brothers were going through. So yeah, this amazing, beautiful product is by J-Cat. So I use what I can get in Barbados, but look at this shadow. Can you see it? It's a loose sort of pigment. So what I'm gonna do is spray my brush. Now if I was putting this into a pan, I would get it on my brush first and then spray it, instead of spraying my brush before it goes into the pan, because then you can end up sort of sealing your eyeshadows, and it's not cute. But this is a loose pigment, so it's fine. I'm gonna get some of that up on my brush. And this is like, I don't need a lot. This is all I need. Even this is a bit much, I think. I'm actually gonna just give my eyes a spritz as well. And this is precise work, so I need a mirror. I'm gonna look straight ahead of my mirror and right where my pupil is. I'm gonna use my brush, small brush, just sort of relax the edges. We're gonna blend some more. So I'm gonna add a little bit more of the green. Do you see how I said this was not gonna be a tutorial and it's turning into a tutorial anyway? Anyway. I am here for it. So let's talk about things that we watched, shall we? So I watched The Witcher when it came out, and I loved it. I mean, Henry Cavill's pretty easy to look at, so even in a ridiculous white wig, so, you know. I'm just cleaning my face in case you didn't think that I had any fallout. I did. I also watched Altered Carbon. Now, I read the book, and I can confidently say that the story in the show is better than the story in the books. Just in this particular case, not that that makes the books bad, but it is so good. I love the whole existential crisis thing. I love it's so good. It's just, yeah. Joel Kinnaman is great in season 1. Anthony Mackie is great in season 2. Of course, you have my girl Renee Elise Goldsberry. If you're a Hamilton fan, you would know her as the original Angelica. I'm using a sticky serum as a primer, well, as part of a primer. This is the Buffet from The Ordinary. It's a great serum. It's beautiful. It goes on quite liquid, but it gets quite sticky. And when I say sticky, I don't mean like, you know, gum sticky. I just mean it gets a tack to it, which is nice. Helps to make things want to stay on your skin. So yeah, Renee Elise Goldsberry is brilliant. I love the switch. I don't know if you've watched the hotel, the AI hotel. Spoilers. Okay, the AI hotel in the book was the Hendrix, which was styled after Jimi Hendrix. In the show, they changed it to the Raven, and the AI calls himself Poe, and of course that appeals to my Edgar Allan Poe loving heart. I genuinely enjoyed it, and they gave Poe much more of a, the AI hotel has much more of a role. Changed up some stuff, which is fine. I love it. I genuinely thought it was brilliant. I rewatched it twice. Look at my hair. Let's pretend that my hair is just not happening right now, because it's just not. Okay, so I was gonna do like no foundation. I'm gonna do a little bit of foundation. So I'm gonna use my Maybelline Matte and Poreless. I love this foundation. This is, honest to God, one of the absolute best foundations ever. I use it in my kit. I love it. I'm gonna get the tiniest little bit, literally a tiny little bit. I'm gonna apply it with a flat brush like this. I'm gonna apply it kind of like around this area. But I'm applying a really sheer coat of it. So I'm literally just kind of breaking up areas of discoloration with my foundation. You gotta remember, let's get comfortable. You gotta remember that when people do makeup for YouTube, see, that looks very red on camera. I swear to God, it's not that red in person. And I'm gonna buff it out anyway, even more. When people do their makeup for YouTube or Instagram, they're generally doing it with like some really intense lights and really high def cameras. Now, those high def cameras pick up things that even the naked eye doesn't see, right? So if you photograph yourself with a high def camera, you're gonna think, holy crap, I look like a swamp monster. What is going on? The fuck is this? Make it stop. Nobody's eyes see in 8K. So bear that in mind when you're putting on your foundation, when you're putting on your makeup in general. It doesn't need to be even nearly as thick and heavy as it does for cameras or under those lights. Nobody is looking at you with 4K or 6K eyeballs. They cannot see all those imperfections that you're convinced they can see. The camera is seeing them and giving you a complex. Now, my foundation is kind of on. I have a set of damp beauty blender. This is my own concoction. This is rose water, witch hazel, and a little bit of glycerin. I use it as a toner. It's good quality rose water. It's pure witch hazel. It's good quality glycerin. And that's what I use as my sort of wetting spray. I mean, I love Matte Fix Plus, but let's face it, when we're on a budget, we gotta be smart. And this one works great. It really, really helps to rehydrate the skin too. So I just sprayed my beauty blender a little bit, and I'm just gonna very, very lightly smooth out that super thin layer of foundation that I put on my face. Now, because I use it for myself, I can put the brush tip onto my face. If you're not doing that, if you're using it and you're going to be using it on other people, which I know, please don't do this. So I have a little bit of a dark spot right here from my glasses, and a darkness right here in the inner corner of my eye, which is normal hormonal darkness. I'm actually going to show you on this eye so you can see on the other eye the difference. I have a tiny little bag right here. My bags are not too bad. I mean, at an angle, the light is going to pick up the bags. But, you know, looking straight ahead at you, I don't have super apparent eye bags. I'm going to go right here. I'm not going to go right up under here because I want to keep the roundness on my eyeshadow anyhow. Like that. I'm also going to use a little bit of this around my nose. Around here. Like that. And then I'm going to also go in my little melasma spots, but I'm going to go like this. Because the idea is I want to break up the light hitting those spots and showing them up. Instead of actually trying to just mask them completely. I'm going to use my same brush that I used for my foundation. And just pat to blend. So I still have moments where, you know, some days are worse than others. Like I have days where I just feel it feels very heavy. I don't feel like doing anything. I'm trying to be gentle with myself, and when I feel like that, just relax, not do anything at all. Play Sims, watch videos. Can't always do that because, you know, real life and work and children and, you know, but we try. So that's that blended. Can you see it? Go in with this one now because I want a little bit more brightness under my eyes. I'm going to go in with the Instant Age Rewind. This is in the color Sand. Just a little. I'm not using this as concealer. I'm using it as highlight. And so that it doesn't move around what I've put on my face already, I'm actually this time going to use a bigger brush that has cat hair in it. I really do have to do a video of my no foundation makeup look. This moment happening. I go through stages and I bloat it up, which is strange because I wasn't eating a whole lot of salt. I was drinking a whole lot of water, and I just bloated right up after Daddy died. I'm gonna let that settle a bit and then I'm gonna powder it all. So I'm gonna do under my eyes at some point. I realize I need to close up this one here. So this is always a good idea to look straight ahead at your mirror and just, you know, like this, and inspect your face. Relax your face, inspect it. Inspect if it looks even enough for you. You know, I've given up on my uneven eyes, like whatever. But yeah. I press it in the places that I know crease up first. I'm still gonna go back over this and get rid of a lot of it, but this is not, you know, I'm not putting on so much that it's considered baking, where I look like I've, you know, thrown flour on under my face. Let's do brows. I'm sticking to my trusty Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz pencil, which I just swear by. This is in the color Ebony. I don't want to do a heavy brow today because my eyes are so strong. So I just fill up this little weird tadpole spot in my eyebrows where no hair grows. The actual natural curve of my eyebrows is fine for me. I like it. I'm gonna do underneath my eye now. I'm gonna use the LA Girl Glide Gel Liner Pencil. It's actually a great gel liner pencil, and I wear contacts, and it doesn't transfer onto my contact. It's a wonderful pencil. I love it. So I'm just going to run it right along my pencil brush. It does dry quickly. I actually have to go to makeup for a bride. And I'm glad that she knows me, because if she didn't, and I showed up with eyes like this for her, to, you know, to do makeup for a bride, pretty sure the bride would freak out. Like, that's kind of scary. You're not gonna do my eyes like that, are you? Along here. This is a super smoky, holy crap look. You know what would like make my day? As if Robert Welsh was to watch this video. I mean, he'd probably like pull me apart, but that's fine. It's okay. I am a professional makeup artist. Been working for a long time, but that's all right. I live for this particular eye shape. Not shape, placement of eyeshadow. There we go. They like to call it a halo eye. I actually find that it looks a little grungy, and this kind of helps it look a little wet, and I love that. I blame the fact that I've been binging Bailey Sarian's videos for this grungy eye, because she does lots of looks like this, and I love it, and I forgot how much I loved it, and so I can't blame her, but I'm gonna blame her. I have long lower lashes, but they're thin, and I'm so jealous of people who have these beautiful long clumpy lower lashes, and I'm like, it's so not fair. But that's why mascara was invented. So this is where, if Robert Welsh saw this video, he's gonna tear me apart. I use a regular face powder as a bronzer, so it doesn't have a whole lot of pigment in it. It's a sheer-ish powder. It's the Fit Me Satin Smooth. It's in 355, which for me, it's actually not, it looks warm, but it actually goes on a little bit more cool. And I don't contour, I literally just sculpt. So this gives me kind of like a natural tan look as opposed to a heavy sculpt look. And I prefer this, to be honest. I have always found that bronzers look a little bit heavier, especially the matte ones. Doing just like in round circles, I'm just hitting the back of my cheek, bringing it around a little bit, but I'm not trying to contour, I'm trying to sculpt. I don't contour my nose, I just bring a little tiny bit of shape back to it. So I'm not necessarily advocating this for everyone. I don't necessarily do this on my clients unless I feel like it would work. You know, you make an informed call based on the fact that I've been doing makeup for 17 years. And then I'm going to use a little bit of the Glow Baked bronzer. Now these are beautiful, from Milani. And we've stopped selling Milani in Barbados, and I'm so upset because I love it. I'm just hitting the top of my cheekbone with this. I'm going to go back over with a little bit of highlighter, but remembering that I don't have a whole lot of foundation on my face. I don't need to do a whole lot of this, just a little bit. Color, this is also mine. This is super old, but I love it. It's called Sunset Beach. It came with a little like stupid brush. It's got a tiny little mirror, but it's a really, really nice natural color. So I'm gonna use the same brush, and I actually love to hit right here with my blush, and then right here, but very lightly. Now my face is long, and if I'm not careful, I can make it look longer, which is why I'm kind of like scooping. But of course I don't want to look like I have on a mask of color. Right here, under my nose. That's how I like to do my blush. This is my highlighter. It's by J-Cat, I think. Yeah, J-Cat Beauty. It's the You Glow Girl Baked Highlighter in Twilight. It is gorgeous. It's this beautiful champagne color. As you can see, it's very well loved. I have another one. I'm going to use an angled brush. Just hit the top of my cheekbone right there. I love highlighter. I love to see a little bit of a shiny skin, but there's no need for it to be like a piece of foil on your face. I love to put a little highlight right here. I love it. I love that effect so much. I already have a pretty sharp nose and high nose bridge. Don't come for me with the highlight on the tip of my nose. I like how it looks. All you makeup artists out there who think that it's wrong, you're not supposed to put it on. I wanted to do like a gray lip. I might look like a clown, but we're gonna try it anyway. I don't know how this is gonna look with my green eyeshadow, but we shall see. I love the pointy doe foot applicator of these. Absolutely love it. Is that clownish? Maybe. Do I give a shit? Not really. I'm just gonna put on my eyelashes and come back. How's that? That's a good idea. I think we'll do that. There we go. That's it. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys want to see more of in the future. Get ready with me is just like this, just chatting about any and everything, really random, really, you know, dull and boring, but you get to watch me put on makeup. I'm wearing a whole lot more makeup than I thought I was going to be today. In terms of the eyes and the lips, there's really not a whole lot on my face. See? And that's another reason, the heat, I can't wear a whole lot. It might look like there's a lot, but that's because I've gone in and perfected the skin, and that's my trick. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe. See y'all later.